So let me ask you this, man. How pivotal was your parents in your role for development during travel ball? Like how big were they, man?
Huge, very consistent. They didn't have the knowledge that we have. And of course, our kids have way more resources now
Correct.
than ever.
All day,
But
bro.
we was on the scene. We was there.
Mm-hmm.
Larry called, are we going here? Texas, Florida. We was there. We built a bond. And I thank them till this day for that. Being there because we know what it takes to do AAU and travel ball. Like the time spent in it, they going to work, long weekends, they was committed, man.
Bro,
You know,
listen, they were. I mean, back then, boy, they coming out them factories, 9 to 5. So even if you self-employed, you working 12 hours. You know what I
man,
mean?
committed.
And listen, man, you were the only one out of all us that stay fresh every weekend.
Oh man,
Man, come on, man.
My mom, she still to this day, spoils my kids, full of it.
Listen, boy, she
You
had
know,
you rotten, boy.
but it's a way of life too, though.
It
You know what I
is.
mean? They mold you that way, and then like that's all I know. Y'all did use to mess. Y'all used to play all the time. Y'all did. But hey, it was what it was. I felt like all of us though, we took care of ourselves though. Like,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We
yeah,
we
man.
had
We
a
had
well groomed, team, man.
man, we had like a little family,
We
man, like
did, man.
with all our parents, man. I think that's
Yeah.
what made us work though. And see, that's what I want to try to rebuild. Like whenever I'm looking for kids for AAU, right? I'm gonna be real with you. If they good, they're good, right? I'm
Right.
fine with that. But I kind of look at the parents, like meaning that like how committed are their parents? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because I'll give you my all, my resources, my mind, my knowledge, my time, if you can commit to coming to practice for me.
And that's huge.
And that's all I'm asking.
The camaraderie with
Yeah,
that alone, you know what I
correct.
mean? Because it's a commitment on
Yeah, it
both
is, bro.
sides, and that's what's missing though. Like they want to talk a lot, they want to look at your videos and see what you putting in, and they just want to ride along.
Mm.
Can you meet? Can you? And I understand certain times,
I'll help you as long
with
as you help
jobs and
yourself.
work,
Hmm.
it's time and place for that. But like every practice, every game, every weekend, come on now.
Yeah,
Not helping fundraise, anything like that. Like, you got to carry your weight. Bring something to the table
correct,
with
correct.
travel. You know,
Man, but see that to me that shows me commitment, like from the parent. Like, you know what I'm saying? If
yeah,
I'm gonna invest my time into helping them, meaning that like if you need me to pick your kid up
I
or if they
got
need
you.
to stay with me, if you can't come to practice, then or if you can't properly communicate with me, I'm
Right.
just be honest with you, bro. Like I'm not even with it. I'm
Yeah.
not with the shits. Like I'm just not.
Don't care how good you are.
I
Because
don't
it's
because
toxic.
it's
It
toxic,
is.
and it's going to take away from the team, me and
Yeah,
mine. You know
that's
what I mean?
right.
So, for me, I think the parents really have to be more committed if you want to rock with me, and that's just what it is. I think if you want to rock with a real program, I think you got to be committed.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Yeah, man. So what you
Yep.
think about these stack travel teams, man? Do you think pros and cons of being on a AAU team with 10 guys that can really go, bro? Pros and cons. Do you
Um,
agree with this narrative? Talk to me.
it's a little early. They're young, but the not practicing and just getting a different group of kids every weekend, I don't agree with. You know,
Tell me more.
um, because these kids are still learning. So you teaching them unrealistic traits by just picking a kid up here, there, bringing them in. They're not really working for anything. Or like, it's just about are you on today or are you playing good right now? And that could get your kid on the negative side of the mental.
Mm-hmm.
Questioning itself. So it's not for everybody. The super teams or which is what we got older was called showcase teams.
Right.
So I don't think at the age our kids are, that's really healthy.
Right.
You know, I'm more in the molding, 2 to 3 practices to training. You know, I'm more on that side. But the pros of it is you're competing. You know, less mistakes. This kid's playing bad. Are you gonna come in here, play good? You know, get minutes. You know, but certain situations it ain't always like that. You know,
But is that good for a young kid though?
it's not. Like when you talk about toxic, that's toxic. You know, like what we're doing in the molding, getting a group of kids and training them, that's the way you even want to teach them to be.
Correct.
You know, because you want to trust your teammate. You want to know, you know, I mean, a little bit about your teammate. You know what I mean? So I think that's a healthier way. And I think when people say is gotten toxic and bad, it's that side of it. You know, kids not practicing, just traveling, just going here, teaming up. All the good teams teaming up, taking 2 or 3 here.
I'm gonna be
You
real
know.
with you. I think you a terrible ass coach if you let that shit go down like that.
Well, it's all about winning. It's all about you.
Well, to me, what I mean by that is, have you ever coached in a game, right, where you got your 7 kids that you've been rocking with?
Right.
You know you can call any set that you
Yeah.
want in any situation. You know they're gonna know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you bring on other kids that ain't been to practice, how can you coach that?
You can't. Now you got a totally different identity. Like what you've been winning with is not the same.
Yeah, I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? But a lot of coaches want to carry that alpha role and just care about winning.
Yep.
So it's really they telling you it's about the youth and the kids, but it's really about moi. Like, you know what I mean? So they want to be the alpha, talk all of this, you know what I mean? When you got 10 kids that could totally go, they really don't even know each other, you know, on down the road, we see that same team, it'll be a different situation
Yep.
when we keep molding our kids. You know, kind of like that's what it was with Ross.
Yep.
We had a core and we built onto it.
Yep.
You know, Ish,
And
David.
we had
like-
we had the right pieces, but I just remember us practicing, bro.
We practiced.
Like I just and there's kids like that I love coaching, like, and they good kids. They love me, I love them. You know what I'm saying? They good kids. They love my son, but like I would never put myself in a situation to committing to a parent or committing to a player if you can't commit to practice. Like and say for example if you're an hour away, right? But you really want to play. If I'm practicing 2 days a week, you know what I'm saying? I need you one.
Yeah.
Like I can work that out.
Yeah.
Okay. But if that can't be, then like I don't want one foot in, one foot out. I mean, there's no way I can truly develop a player if I don't have the adequate amount of time with them.
Yeah, and you need to stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stay true to that. You know, the kids will respect you. Like, they'll see that you ain't picking up kids every different weekend, every
Yeah.
other weekend. You know, like, Coach trusting us. Like, he believes we can win
Yep.
together, you know. So, stand on that. And I will, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I drive an hour and a half. You know, been going twice a week to get down here just because that's what's best for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it ain't no excuse. It's just a commitment
Yep.
that has to be made with the parent. You know, and an understanding. If anything other than that, you know, just speak it out. You know, talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I'm with it. So what's up with this nature of travel ball where they talking about recruiting kids? Should kid play on more than 2 teams in the summertime? I mean, what do you think? I mean, because there's some programs that don't believe that, you know, they should go outside, you know, certain areas. And then, you know, there's some guys, you know, that believe that, hey, there's different styles of ball at different areas, and there's nothing wrong if your kids are ready, or, you know, if there's a team that's ready and there's a particular player that you know, like, let them go see what's going on. I mean,
I agree.
what do you think? I mean, what's your stance on that?
I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's another communication thing with the adult and either the coach or the leader of the organization. You know, you talk about it because first of all, you want what's best for your child. You know, it can be a good thing here, but it can also be another situation that pushes your child, and it's also a healthy situation for them too, especially if it's opposite weekends or this team may be down, this one's still playing, this one's playing circuit, this one's staying local. I mean, so you know, there comes a point in time where the kids are gonna have to get on that scene.
Mm-hmm.
One team may doing it and the other one may not. So, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with two teams. Like, as long as everything aligns.
Yep.
As far as schedule.
Yeah, and I think too, with being on two different teams, I think it's murky water. And what I mean by murky water is you can't serve two masters. All right. First off, second off, what team gets priority? It's like having, you know what I'm saying? Like if the two side chicks ain't gonna communicate and work together, then you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna work. So I believe it's murky waters for sure.
Yeah.
I believe it can work, but I also think that the parent needs to figure out what's the aspiration for the kid and what's the aspiration for what they want for their child. You know what I'm saying? Which one is the best scenario? What team should get precedence over your kid first? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you think a parent should navigate that?
I mean, it's a loyalty part there. Like that's where the community, because you obviously was with one team before you went to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So communication there with the coach. I mean, ask them about upcoming schedule or what the plans are, and I mean you can narrow it down. But sampling another team throughout an AAU season is happening a lot, and it's going to continue happening because the circuit's growing. I
Yep.
mean, like the scene is growing, So I mean, it's going to happen, and I wouldn't disrespect the team and be in the same tournament. I know
There's
we're
etiquette
going.
to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's got to be
that-
some
there's
sort
a
of
G
loyalty
code
and a
that should
line.
be-
Yeah.
I'm with
But of course, that's gonna get crossed as well. I mean, people's crossing that line. I'm seeing it all the time, like seeing it now. But
you. Yep.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. And that's me saying that as a parent, but as a coach, I'll probably be like,
Right, and see,
You know.
but I love that you just brought that shit up because let's keep it a band. I'm coming from a coach's perspective.
Yeah.
Like you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You seen that meme on social media, and it's like Tupac and Omar Epps, and like the player comes back, and when he shut the locker door, Tupac was right there talking.
Yeah.
But on top of the caption on the meme was like, "This is your coach looking at you." Remember, because he knew you just went play travel ball with another AAU team.